aerospace engineering, currently taking 19 credit hours this semester.
That I have two majors, industrial distribution and industrial technology here at Purdue.
In social studies education.
I'm undecided right now. Movement and sports sciences.
Animal science major.
Accounting and management.
Computer information technology. And selling and sales management.
When you think about a degree from Purdue University, what majors come to mind? Though all of these majors are really great, and it's not uncommon for people to respond with this, why is it that majors like communication, fashion design, elementary education, or sociology are often forgotten from the list, and sometimes these even become the brunt of the easy major jokes?
I feel that if you're not in engineering or physics, it seems, because people will always ask you when you go to Purdue, are you an engineer or something, you say no, and they kind of look disappointed. So I think that when you, I don't know, it feels like, it's just like a stereotype, and obviously it's not true. I just sometimes feel people think you're lesser because you're not in engineering.
Sometimes when I encounter people on campus and they're like, oh, what's your major? I say I want to be a teacher, and like, oh, that must be easy, or it must be nice not to have homework, and you can tell there's kind of a sense of being condescending.
Effort required for other majors can be more time consuming to do engineering or any math or science related major. So I think it's taking the hard road, but they pay it off a lot more.
As humans, it's in our nature to believe that we have the most to deal with, or we are going through the hardest situation, because we are the only ones who can see into our lives. Especially in college, when things we are doing are so novel to us that it seems like we must be going through the roughest times. I definitely fall victim of this thought process a lot, and it takes stepping back and trying to look through another person's perspective to see what it's like on the other side. So my friend James agreed to switch places with me for one day. He's in computer science and I'm in mass communication. We thought it would be interesting for us each to get a glimpse at what life is like in someone else's shoes.
Come in, come in, come into my world. I've got to show you.
Okay, good morning. It is 7:30 a.m. on Friday morning. I woke up this morning at around, I set my alarm for 6:15. I actually got out of bed at like 6:45. I'm going to go over to Carrie and start the day. We'll see how this goes.
So today I woke up and like a normal day I snoozed my alarm a good 4 or 5 times and then turned it off and stayed in bed and didn't wake up till I got a text from Beth saying, hey, are you coming? And I was like, right. So it was around 8:30, finally got my butt out there to the co-rec. We were at the gym. We did ellipticals and abs and some push-ups and some stretching. Not usually what I do at the gym.
First class, which was computer networking, and I didn't really understand pretty much any of it. I could not repeat most of what I learned. Quickly
scurried off to Beth's entrepreneurship class, which I found interesting. It was a cool class, something I would take.
After that, we studied for a long time. James had an exam and an essay that was due that day, and so we went to the library and worked on that. Got a lot of stuff done, which was good.
That led right into a class on media management.
His communication class, which was really cool.
To her honors seminar, or I just don't know what that class is, where we did the poverty simulation.
One more class we had was nuclear reactions, It was funny because the professor kept saying nuclear, which is like one of my biggest pet peeves, but it was really funny. He was a cool teacher.
Documentaries class, which was the coolest. And now we're here.
I have the in the airplane class, and then every other day I also have this simulator class too. So it's just kind of a nice break from the daily routine. I like kind of bragging to my friends every now and then because they're in physics class taking notes, and I'm flying down to Bloomington, Indiana to IU. So I don't know, that's probably the daily routine.
You never really realize when you are in your own life that what you're experiencing at that moment is your story. And it kind of gets to be like this thing where, I don't know, it's hard to explain. We start to look at other people's lives and compare them to your own, and so you think that that's what you should be doing because that's what another person is doing. But then if you think about like, well, that person's probably looking at you too and thinking that they should be doing the same thing, you know? So it's just like a never-ending circle.
So I guess the question is, did it change my view that all liberal arts majors don't do anything? And then we got all the hard work in STEM majors. I think that maybe I'm a bad candidate in that sense because I already am skeptical of STEM majors saying that they have lots of work. So I assumed there's lots of work in liberal arts majors as well. Just the kind I don't want to do, writing papers and the like.
It was definitely an interesting perspective. I thought it would be. I thought it would be different, but I didn't really know how much it would change my perspective of Purdue because I kind of, in my normal day-to-day activities, it's just like going from one class to the next and getting a ton of stuff done and going to a bunch of meetings, and then once I get home I'm kind of done. And I don't really have to like study for specific tests like that will have this information on it and this is what you need to know. It's kind of more subjective.
I mean, it's different just because of all that's demanded of us. You know, we don't really have the ability to get as involved in whether it be Greek life or the clubs or, you know, or even, you know, be able to support a lot of our other student athletes. It's hard for us because we've got such a tight schedule and there's a lot demanded of us throughout the week. In a lot of cases, us student athletes really don't know a lot of the regular student body just for the pure fact that there's not a lot of time to get out and meet them and hang out with them and build friendships. You know, we do have friendships, but with those outside of the student athletes. But for the most part, just based off of our schedules, where you know it's pretty much just us all the time.
I don't think I would switch lives with Beth. Sorry, Beth. I'm just happy with my own. And
would I switch lives with James? No.
But myself, frankly, I'm almost out of here, and finally, and I'm happy where my life's going. So I guess I'm just too happy with my life to want to switch with Beth.
He's got a good life, so that would be good if I understood what his classes were talking about. But I wouldn't switch places because I really like my life a lot. I think it's fun and I have a lot of good people in it. So, yeah.
Makes me like my school a bit better knowing that I can learn from the classes I'm in, but it also takes a ton of time. So, I mean, I appreciate my school more from the difficulty of it. So.
And it's also something I'm passionate about, so.
It makes a huge difference.
It does make a huge difference.
You have to love what you're doing in order to do it and to do it at a high level. You know, I love this game. I love my teammates especially. You know, it's a joy to come in here and go to work with them every single day and to work with these coaches.
So what does all of this come down to? At a school like Purdue University, we are lucky to have so many different perspectives. Imagine a world where everyone was in the same major, doing the same thing. But here, we can share and learn from others' experiences. Although, in order to appreciate the experience of others, you have to first value your own life. realizing that the bumps and sharp turns are usually what get you to your goal. And they also make for the best stories along the way.